Hello, I'm Kavya Bhardwaj, and welcome back to another episode of The Teen Take. Today we're tackling something genuinely controversial. If you live in India, you know the stereotypes about Bihar. It's often the punchline of jokes about poverty and lawlessness. But why? Why is Bihar the way that it is? It's been a little too chaotic lately in our history books, but today we're debriefing a period that feels more like a dystopian movie than reality. We're going back to the era of Jungle Raj. To understand Bihar, we have to first start with philosophy, specifically what Socrates said about democracy. He wasn't a fan. Why? Because he argued that democracy is only as good as the education of those voting. Basically, Socrates warned that in a democracy, people will eventually choose a sweet shop owner who promises treats over a doctor who gives painful but very necessary medicine. Bihar is the living, breathing example of this. It's a case study in populism. Instead of intellectual policy, the state fell for leaders who used charismatic identity politics to hide the fact that they were tearing the system apart. Pretty much, it was the triumph of the mob over the mind. Enter Lalu Prasad Yadav. Under his rule, Bihar didn't just stop growing, it effectively decayed. Statistical evidence shows that while the rest of India was booming after the 1991 liberalization, Bihar was left in the dust. During the Jungle Raj years, Bihar's state GDP growth rate was often less than 3%, while the national average was climbing. By the early 2000s, Bihar's per capita income was roughly one-fourth of the national average. According to author Mrityunjay Sharma, what Bihar went through was unprecedented. Kidnapping wasn't just a crime, it became an organized industry. Private caste armies were wiping out entire villages, slitting the throats of 40-50 people at a time. And the wedding logistics was even crazier. They allegedly looted showrooms in broad daylight for his daughter's wedding. Cars, sofas, jewelry, all taken without payment. This wasn't just corruption, it was the total liquidation of private property rights. This wasn't a government, it was a dynasty. Lalu and Rabri Devi had 9 children. The state's resources were funneled into a massive family tree, while the chief minister's brother-in-law was charge-sheeted in rape cases and refused to even give a blood sample because he felt above the law. He felt untouchable. The family didn't work for Bihar. Bihar worked for the family. I wanted to know what this felt like on the ground, so I interviewed my grandfather. I asked him what the conditions were genuinely like when Lalu first got elected and how the jungle actually took over. And here's what he told me.
Actually, I joined service during the Congress regime and I served in Congress regime for 10 years. Thereafter in 90, I joined my service in 1980. Thereafter in 1990, Lalu Yadav came in and became the Chief Minister of Bihar. During Congress regime, I felt something slow pace of development. When India got independent, then only Bihar per capita income was I think $230 per head, whereas the all India average was $250 per head. Only the gap between Bihar's per capita income and India's per capita income, rest of the India's per capita income is $20. But during course of time, when Lalu Yadav came in the picture, and his priority was not economic. His priority was social. And he invested his entire energy to transform Bihar socially. He desired social change. His motto was not the developed Bihar. His motto was socially changed Bihar. And to some extent he succeeded in his effort. When Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of India, then the IT revolution was taking place in India and he sanctioned 3 IT parks. one in Gurgaon, second in Hyderabad, or third in Patna. During those days, the chief minister of Bihar was Lalu Yadav. Lalu Yadav says, IT वाईटी क्या होता है? हमको चरवाहा विद्यालय चाहिए. And in those days, the chief minister of Orissa was Biju Patnaik. He heard this news and he seek appointment from the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narasimha Rao. And in those days, at midnight, he met him in Delhi and he told Prime Minister that the IT park of Patna, because the Chief Minister of Bihar is not desirous of that, so IT park of Patna should be shifted at Bhubaneswar. And Narasimha Rao agreed. Lalu Yadav was building Charwaha Vidyalaya, and Biju Patnaik was building engineering college and IT parks. Now, at present, Orissa is a developed state. Bihar is lagging behind. Nowadays, the per capita income of Bihar is 3 times lower to the national average. This is our journey. So the Lalu Yadav, the priority of economic development was not of Lalu. It was something else. And he succeeded in his effort. This is the story of Lalu Yadav. When the Lalu Yadav became the chief minister, then gradually the resources of the state declining. And the government has a little money to invest for the benefit of the public. So allotment was quite meager. And the economic development was not the priority of the government. The priority was social change. And he was trying for that, and he used to pit against one caste to the another, and so many massacres has been occurred in those days. So the atmosphere of our state was Bihar was very vicious, and everybody is suspicious of each other. One caste is suspicious of other. So this was a serious matter, but the government doesn't. Government priority was different. This is why we are still lagging, far lagging. No industry in our state. When I was posted at Palamu, then he came. His program, the program of the chief minister was fixed, and in those days Lalu was the chief minister. And there is a place known as Duvya Khand in Palamu. I was deputed as executive magistrate for the protection of the Karked and the chief minister. I saw that a helicopter came there and landed. And one man was, then I spotted that this is the chief minister. And there was no program here to land. Then I met him personally. There was no other person was there. Then he asked me my halchal, from where you are. Then I responded positively and talked for 15 minutes. He talked for 15 minutes. And it was a very good talk. And I felt that he was something jolly figure. But his priority was different, so his action was something different. And his appearance was something different. So I was with Lalu Yadav for 15 minutes without any other person. Then the DC commissioner came here. Then they took charge of the situation. But I was there for 15 years without any other persons. Guard were something, the police force was deputed with me, or something away. Lalu Yadav and I was, there was in those days, there was a statue of Raja Medini Rai, when the king of Palamu. It is said that he was king of Palamu and was a very generous person. In those days, behind the statue, we both were standing and talking each other for 15 to 20 minutes. This was my personal interaction with the chief minister.
But wait, it's not all darkness. After the chaos of the 90s, Nitish Kumar took over, and honestly, the improvement has been pretty much night and day. Patna today has flyovers, better roads, and much more security. Nitish focused on development with justice. Under his early years, Bihar actually recorded double digit GDP growth, sometimes even outperforming the rest of the country. There is obviously still a long way to go. Unemployment is still a massive issue. But the fact that you can walk the streets of Patna at night without being kidnapped is a huge win compared to the 90s. It shows that good management can genuinely reverse institutional decay. Anyways, let's connect the dots through our PPE lens. Firstly, in terms of economic theory, we have extractive institutions, a system designed to pull wealth out of the state for a small elite, the family. A question I want you to think about is though, can a state ever truly develop if the extractive mindset of its leaders remains, even if the names change? Number two, what I really want you to ponder upon is the political theory, something called majoritarianism or caste based voting. People voted for their guy, even if their guy was destroying their future. So, is a vote based on identity rather than policy actually a vote at all, or is it just a surrender to a populist? Bihar is struggling to heal from these wounds today, but the scars of the 90s are deep. If we don't learn from the quote unquote sweet shop owner Socrates warned us about, we're doomed to repeat this chaos. Before I end this episode, I just want to tell all of you guys one thing. It's so easy to make fun of Bihar. It's easy to make jokes. But Bihar is a great state with a history that literally built India. It is wrong to joke about your own country like that. It isn't right to mock the struggle of people who survived the Jungle Raj. It isn't right to look down on a land of scholars just because of few decades of bad leadership. It isn't right to divide ourselves when we should be lifting each other up. आशा करती हूँ कि ये अंधेरा छट जाएगा। आशा करती हूँ कि बिहार फिर से मुस्कुराएगा। आशा करती हूँ कि शिक्षा की लौ फिर जलेगी। आशा करती हूँ कि विकास की गंगा हर घर में मिलेगी। धन्यवाद।